Welcome to my video. I'm going to show you how I play my build, or how I play in the current Viscous meta, which is currently Puddle Punch Express Shot meta for Viscous. Now, this is probably going to be true for a very long time, unless they change the game or how this character works. But this build is predicated mostly upon what's so-called the Skinner combo. Now, if you already know what it is, you can skip to the actual game. But I wanted to show you before it started, because this is the foundation of the build, and it's very important when you play Viscous. So the burst combo, or the Skinner combo, works by applying Spirit Strike, or the Spirit resist a reduction on the enemies when you puddle punch them or when you melee them, and then you proc it with Mystic Shot and Mystic Burst. So this is like the foundation, right? And then later on you use the same concept, but you apply even more debuffs, and you will have even more damage and burst damage. But at its very core, what you want to do is you want to be. This works better if you're like coming from the air, but you want to basically land your puddle punch. Now I can show you here. They will have like a little debuff on them. No, it's pretty hard to see on Abrams. Yeah. So you see those down arrows. It basically it got Spirit Strike on them. So what you want to do is you want to land your Puddle Punch and then your Alt Fire and Splatter, because then your Mystic Burst will have the effect of the Spirit Strike, and you will deal more damage. So yeah, that's the Skinner combo basically. And it's basically the foundation of this whole build. Now later on you will have a lot of items that basically are like a bunch of sources for your burst damage, and this is basically becomes like a one-shot build almost. You want to like isolate your target and do your combo in the map, or you basically just want to spam your puddle punches on the enemies and just be annoying and deal a lot of damage. So like with the Skinner or the burst combo, it looks like this. And so basically you just go around and one-shot people. A good tip is you want to aim at their feet and try to land your Alt Fire and your Splatter after your Puddle Punch has hit them, so the Spirit Strike has applied. Hopefully that clears it up, and now I'm going to show you how I play the build in a game. Now in lane, early on, my personal preference is playing Splatter level 2. And that includes buying Improved Spirit. Now this can be skipped, the Improved Spirit. It's just a personal preference, but I feel that it's very strong. When I get it, it helps me to have a lot of lane dominance. And I'll try to make this description or playthrough applied to all ranks. So my bad if you know a lot of this, but hopefully I'll just clear up on how I personally play the build and what the idea is, and hopefully you will learn something and you can apply it in your own games. Now you wanna always prioritize on pushing the minions as much as possible, and if anybody else, I mean, you can have like super extreme situations where pushing the wave is not ideal, but I mean, guarantee you 95% of the times you want to push the lane. So I won't be able to focus while I explain all this, but hopefully it will work out.
You have a good eye.
So I got my Mystic Burst. And so yeah, so especially in higher elo lobbies, you want to build quite a lot of sustain. It's never a bad idea. It's lagging. It's never a bad idea to build a lot of sustain early on. Now I almost always buy monster rounds because it's just ridiculous lane pressure. And that's what's so good about Viscous, is that you're like a utility burst damage character. You can always like help your lane in pushing it. This is more prevalent if they are pushing your lane a lot, but for the sake of the video, I'll try to go from left to right like it says in my build. It's important to state that no build is perfect. Hopefully you know that in each game you want to, that's why it's so many items, that you want to like tailor. What's going on with this game? Classic deadlock. I accidentally muted my mic while the game was paused, so this is gonna turn into a voiceover, but it's fine. I can focus more on explaining my build and my gameplay. So as I was saying, no build is perfect, and so you have to tailor the order of items to the situation that's going on in the game, and maybe replace an item or two or more depending on the route which you want to take, or your personal preference, or what you feel will be best in that current situation. What I'm doing here is I'm right-clicking on the improved spirit, so it buys the extra spirit directly, and it queues the items, in case you didn't know. So I got my level 2 splatter almost, and I end up buying the improved spirit quite soon, and I can start, or me and my lane partner can start doing some harassment and lane pressure, and trying to dominate the lane. So here comes the crazy damage. I just feel it's like so strong still, and it works if you can land your splatter. I mean, in this lane it works against Pocket because he has spirit resist reduced. He starts off with quite low spirit resist. So yeah, so here we're trying to, or I'm trying to harass as much as possible. Now I end up getting quite unlucky with my lane partner because he's not playing as aggressive as I want, but it's fine. Now the best case scenario is if you can try to hit the creeps and the opponent at the same time. That's best case scenario. So you see the damage I'm doing here, I'm harassing them a lot. I end up killing this pocket here, so that's really cool. And I try to play for the buff. So this spirit buff is going to be huge for me, since I am playing improved spirit. Yeah, my splatter is gonna be crazy. So yeah, like I said before, you do want to get a lot of sustain early on. Now this is an old version of the build. I do have some minor things ordered around. No, for some reason I'm not buying the emblem here. I should be able to get it now. So my Infernus goes in, hit the pocket with my splatter, cube the Infernus, and I do end up killing them both here. I get quite lucky with the splatter here, and I get a lane reset. Now, when you lane reset, it means that you die to the Guardian without them getting an assist or a kill on you. So they don't get anything, and you get reset in health, and you get to go to the base quicker. So I do end up getting monster rounds because I feel like my Infernus is not pressuring them as much as I want. Because, like I said before, monster rounds is just in crazy pressure in lane. And you can choose if you would like to go to the Skinner combo early, getting the Mystic Shot and Spirit Strike early on, or you rush the Express Shot. Now, getting Express Shot ticked off early is quite good since it's a big item, 3200. But yeah, for the sake of the video, I end up going Mystic Shot. And I point to Cold Front here because I said that if you when the lane stage is over, you want to get Cold Front to farm minions. Now there's a fight here. I was hoping my Infernus is gonna help me here. I do end up trading this pocket. I'm doing a lot of damage in this match. Like I said before, Cold Front is actually not a bad buy to get early in lane, because you end up doing a lot of damage. But it's good also when the lane is over that you start farming and clearing the waves and farming jungle in general.
Let's push Viero.
So I'm using my splatter to clear minions. It's never a bad idea, since it's only on a like 12 seconds cooldown. It's very good. I'm getting my Spirit Strike early here because it's just a crazy combo with Infernus, and I have a lot of spirit damage early on. Using my splatter for clearing waves and trying to hit them as well. Like I said, it's the best case scenario. And we end up killing the turret here and winning the lane, almost. They're actually trying to hold on to it. Now my Infernus is playing very passive, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what he's doing. It's crazy that we won the lane. I probably should mention that this is a lower rank game because I was trying to showcase the build, and I think this ends up being Oracle game. Yeah, I wanted to focus on explaining what I do and yeah, my reasoning behind it. So I did. I'm in theory playing a little bit worse. So yeah, I get my Mystic Shot here, and the Skinner combo or the burst combo is complete. I can start Puddle punching, applying the spirit reduction, and proccing my Mystic Shot and splatter my Mystic Burst on them, like I showed before. Since we won the lane, we get to invade the jungle. Now you saw there, I Puddle punched the pocket and I splattered on him. Now what I did there is ball tech, where I heavy melee as I press the ball, as I press 4 and do my ultimate, but it might get removed in the future, so you never know. But currently it's in the game. yeah, so that was a pretty good fight. Lash unfortunately ended up taking the bag, but it's fine. So I get the cold front here, and I get to roam. You want to usually get Viscous together in the lane with like a carry that can take over the lane, because Viscous likes to roam a lot and help other lanes. Since we do end up winning the lane, I could use the time to farm, but I just tried to see what I could do here. Maybe we could get a good fight going, and I could grab the urn later on. They actually do end up responding, and yeah, it turns into a fight. Did end up dying here, but we saw the cold front value I got there. Now, as I said before, I should have probably just went on and took the left side jungle. But it's fine. We limited them on yellow, and we created some space for Paige. Now the Paige ended up going gun, so she's just solo farming on blue. Now I'm trying to get my express shot. That's my biggest, or a big power spike, and my two my two big melee items is also a big power spike. Now I'm just farming, trying to get my money up. Here I'm applying the Spirit Strike debuff from the creeps, using my cold front since it is spirit damage, and yeah, clear the wave. Now I do end up being quite not so optimized here, but it's fine. Now I look on yellow, because my team is fighting and winning it. It's pretty good. We can get the tower, and I can look for an urn. Now, if you're looking for some, if you look at some macro videos, they do mention that taking the urn as early as possible is really good. Yeah, I ended up dying on yellow before, but yeah, you want to, especially if you are playing Viscous, you always want to be looking to do the urn. I ended up running here under because I knew they were over on blue, focusing on that, but they do end up chasing me here. It's a pretty bad route to run, and they do end up fighting me. Now here I do the Skinner combo, do a lot of damage here. Do get up getting domed. And it's just a brawl, just a fight going on. I ended up missing the urn here, and I saw that I needed help. I miss here unfortunately, but it's fine. I told Infernus to get over here. He's just pushing blue. And I do end up getting quite a good team here. They're doing good in the fights. My Infernus pick up the urn quite late, but yeah. And there you saw again burst combo with the Puddle punch and the splatter and the alt fire. Now I do end up getting Hillbane here. As I said before, and I'll say it again, no build is perfect, and you want to tailor your build to the current situation. I saw that they have Victor and Calvin, who is doing a lot of healing, and Mirage, and this haze, a lot of haze. The meta is getting Fury trans, So Healbane is actually a pretty good buy here. And I should probably just get the item and go to blue, but I end up being quite slow.
Headed to blue.
Our blue walker. They've taken our blue guardian.
There you saw me doing a lot of burst damage on a squishy hero like Haze. And that's where the build really shines, on squishy heroes like Mina and Haze and Pocket.
Viscous has shown us the glory of the cube.
And yeah, that's what's so good about the build. There's a lot of items. If you do end up going something that's not in the core, you can choose to divert into your own like personal playstyle, like I did with the improved spirit. Yeah, there's a lot of items you can choose that are not in the core. You can especially go like this more support hero when you get rescue beam, and yeah.
I see Haze.
We are 20k ahead. In this situation I'm just pushing lanes, trying to get further ahead. Buffs is in 2 minutes almost. I end up getting my big power spike, which is life strike. You can choose. I like life strike because
I think
fortitude is really good, but it did get a lot of nerfs, and I feel like life strike is such a big item. It really suits my needs, and it's a big sustain item, so I opt out for getting life strike instead of fortitude. You can get both if you're going a little bit more tanky, but yeah, that's up to you. Just try to experiment. I did upload a video on how I surgery walkers as Viscous, and I end up doing it here. I bait out the stomp, puddle punch up in the air, apply a lot of spirit resist, do my spatter, and just punch it a bunch of times. I do recommend watching on how I do this. I go a little bit more in depth.
they're in mid.
And take what you deserve.
Now I'm getting my Haunter's Aura. I did not end up getting extra charge because you can get extra charge early in lane, and earlier in the game in general, but I feel like it's really good for the extra movement and the extra damage, but it's not a necessity because you do end up using the extra flex slot for Haunter's Aura. And the cooldown on the puddle punches is very low. So it's a personal preference what you want to do. You can go a bunch of melee items early on and get the extra charge, but yeah, it's really up to you. And like I said before, I did end up moving the extra charge in my updated build to being able to buy it a bit later on. Now, weighted shots is a very big power spike. I don't like buying melee charge because you don't get the bonus heavy damage from the puddle punches, but it is very good for meleeing, especially if you're like flying in and doing the ball tech with the melee. It's a really good item, the melee charge and crushing fist. I personally do a lot of weighted shots instead of the crushing fist because I feel like it does give my gun way more gun damage. My expert shot is like doing a lot more impact, And in the higher elos, you do end up getting tired a lot. So it's really up to you if you like meleeing. I mean, it's never bad to not melee them. It's just that I feel like I've gotten a lot more value from going ready shots instead of Crushing Fists and Berserker in that regard. So it's really up to you. You can try it out, experiment yourself if you like Crushing Fists or not. And like in my build, I have annotated most of the items where I give my personal opinion on them, so you can read that and see what I've said.
It's over there. I see pocket.
This body is more powerful than I thought.
Using abilities on the objectives is very strong, especially if you're going a lot of melee.
It's on the ground.
Puddle punch.
So in essence, that really is the build. So a lot of puddle punch and gun damage, burst damage. This Skinner combo, and at this point the build is extremely strong. I can deal a lot of damage, and if like some squishy characters are ahead of me, I still almost one-shot them. At this point, when we're pushing the base, you want to probably get Berserker. I feel personally I've had a lot of impact with Berserker because you're Viscous, you are quite in close range to them. You're fighting close range, and so you do get a lot of stacks of Berserker. But if you don't like it, you can try something else. Replace it with Crushing Fists or Point Blank. You can really try it out. I've probably written somewhere that you can go more ball oriented. Now in pubs, I always play. For example, I don't buy Phantom Strike in pubs if I'm playing solo queue, because Phantom Strike is such a team oriented item, I feel. It's still very strong, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I can get a lot more value and a lot more damage if I get something else like Weighted Shots or quite early on instead of Phantom Strike. If I am playing scrims or in a stack, then Phantom Strike is almost a must buy. I probably buy it 90% of the time in scrims. But like I said, it's not a must buy in pubs, and definitely you should look for more if you are trying to do a lot of more impact in your games, then skip items such as Rescue Beam and Phantom Strike. If you are looking to
I see Victor.
on your own trying to get more impact done.
Headed to green.
Now we're just looking for a pick here. The build is very strong. At it's not a Viscous is definitely not a pick character, but he is very good. He's kind of because you have a hunter's aura. You are kind of like a drifter character where you look for isolated enemies and trying to one shot them with the Skinner combo. We do end up getting a pick here, and I end up initiating here. Now I unfortunately don't get much damage done, but I am creating a lot of space for my team. As you can see, my team is their whole team is focusing the ball and Billy, and end up getting the patron here. So that's really good.
Sounds good.
Pull back.
Viscous has arrived.
Now you can go more like spirit oriented route where you get tank posture quite early on, and you get like boundless spirit and spirit burn. I love playing with spirit burn. It's such a good item, especially towards this combo. I do end up selling improved spirit here to opt out for playing a little bit more like damage oriented and melee oriented and gun oriented. I don't know what they're doing here. They're pushing the base for some reason, and I just end up decimating the squishies here. I tried to predict where she is running and try to puddle punch there. Yeah, I just right click with my express shot. I'm not even like puddle punching them. As I mentioned, I was talking before, you could opt out for the like spirit oriented way of playing a little bit more splatter with spirit burn, and that's fine too. So if I would like, for example, not get berserker here, I would like keep the improved spirit, get the boundless and tank buster early on, and go that route to apply the spirit burn, and maybe get cooldown is also very important. Now you see I didn't get cooldown this game because the puddle punches, they don't actually like don't require a lot of cooldown. Like I end up not getting my rapid recharge because like I apply all my damage in my one burst combo.
Headed to yellow.
Viscous, your team is grateful for the work.
Shadow is not ready.
Now getting rapid recharge is quite good because you're just spamming puddle punches on the enemy. Down here I have like the priority of selling which item. If you don't have slots, like which items you can sell from the left to right to fill up the slot, or if you want to get an item, like for example selling the Mystic Burst, which you can buy later on as tank buster. So yeah, you can read that. I'm just trying to, you see I'm like trying to get up from the air and trying to puddle punch them, and they're all focusing me now, which is really good. My team is just finishing up Patron, and yeah, so that was the build. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions or anything like that, just leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer you. Like I said before, you can really like later on like branch out into different like tailored situations. For example, getting more sustain like Witch Mail or Rescue Beam and so on. But yeah, that was the current meta. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you around.